shocking incident involving law enforcement has gone viral. One officer already removed from duty, serious allegations involved, and a confrontation that's dividing opinion everywhere. You decide who was right.
Who are you with?
Myself.
Do you mind shutting that off? I don't want to be recorded.
I do mind.
Okay.
Do we have a reason for recording?
I sure do.
What's that?
The reason is my own.
Okay.
I don't feel like explaining at the moment.
And being on private property is why?
How am I on private property?
This is private property from that curb line over.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, this is all under construction.
Sure. It's not private property, dude.
Okay.
You guys aren't supposed to be blocking the sidewalk, by the way.
We have a permit for this.
I know you have a permit, but you don't have a permit to block the public sidewalk.
We have spoken with the city. This is an unoccupied road. They've been here multiple times.
It's not an unoccupied road. That's an occupied townhouse setting right there.
You can call them.
I don't care.
You can call them and find out. That's fine. But we have authorization for a construction gate to be at this line
well, it's
right
not.
here. Okay, Joe, construction gate. Close it. It's just unfortunate, it is what it is. For the public safety, we have to keep everybody off where we're doing construction. No one can walk, it can hurt the public, so we're looking out for everybody. And it is what it is.
The video opens instantly with tension already in the air. No warm-up, no introduction, just confrontation. From the very first seconds, the officers and construction personnel attempt to control the situation. The cameraman is directly challenged. Do you mind shutting that off? I don't want to be recorded. But the response is immediate and firm. He refuses. That single refusal sets the entire tone of the encounter. What unfolds next is a classic audit style clash over authority versus public recording rights. The construction workers quickly escalate the situation by claiming private property boundaries and attempting to restrict filming. However, the cameraman challenges every claim, repeatedly questioning their legal standing and pushing back on the idea that the sidewalk or visible area is restricted. The tension rises as both sides start talking over each other. The workers insist they have permits, while the auditor challenges the legitimacy of blocking public access. The phrase, "You don't have a permit to block the public sidewalk," becomes a turning point, instantly shifting the dynamic into a legal debate rather than a simple request. What makes this segment intense is the psychological pressure building underneath. Neither side is backing down. The workers try to justify their actions through public safety, while the auditor dismantles those claims line by line, refusing emotional framing and sticking to rights-based arguments. By the end of this opening segment, the situation has already escalated from a simple filming request into a full-scale confrontation about legality, authority, and public space boundaries. The tone is set. This will not be a polite interaction. It's a battle of confidence, law interpretation, and control of the narrative. The viewer is left immediately wondering, who actually has the legal upper hand here?
Fire she goes. Yeah, I'll still be here. How are you going to open it for your guys?
We'll have someone here next.
That's cool.
What's going on, man?
Exactly what it appears is going on.
What is that?
I'll give you a guess.
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
I'm sure you could figure it out. What am I?
You're recording, but
Exactly.
you're recording private property. I don't understand.
Oh no.
Oh, this is private property.
Horseshit. You're
Horseshit.
fully.
Last time I checked, there's an odor on the site. This is private property.
It's called public easement, right up.
That's a public easement.
Even the driveway, right up.
This is a construction site. You're gonna
Past that sidewalk.
Can you please get off my site?
I'm not on your site.
You're on.
Our construction extends until our
Don't
curbs
care.
tie into city
Didn't
property.
ask.
So
No,
if
it doesn't.
You're here, you're on our construction
It does
site.
not.
Okay, so you're here for
You're not allowed to put this gate out here this far either.
Okay, up to you. If that's what you think, I'm happy to
No, I know for a fact.
You're a cool guy. You know things. That's awesome.
Yeah, I absolutely know.
You don't have the right to record people without the consent
On
on
a
private
bet.
property. On
Yes,
private
I
property.
do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Can I walk into your house and start recording your backyard?
No,
Exactly.
it's private property.
Exactly.
It's not
I'm not
public
in your
property.
in your property.
I don't give permission to record my face. It
don't
is
care.
posted anywhere.
It
Then
does. It will. 100%.
You're here because you're bored.
Yeah.
You
You have too much time on your hands.
And you guys are still here because you have 6 months late on your closing dates too?
What is that to you, dude? What is that to you? What is that to you?
Okay, Mary,
are you
stop.
paying the bills? Okay, you can keep on recording me all you want. I'm not doing anything out of my rights.
Yeah, you are.
What am I doing outside
not
of my
really.
rights?
You're
Outside
not
of my
doing-
rights. Please explain.
Well, you're just
exactly. You look stupid. You look stupid with your fucking hand in your mouth.
fucking feel gay homes, eh? You guys are always a bunch of idiots.
My friend.
Always a bunch of idiots.
Always a bunch of it. You're antagonizing me.
I'm
I can
antagonizing
record
you.
too. I'll record you too.
Go
no
ahead.
problem. I can stand here all day recording.
I know you can. And that's what you do. You just stand around all day.
That's exactly what I do.
I know. Look at your shirt.
This guy's
Your cute little shirt you got.
Dude, he has nothing better to do with his life. Let's go.
You want to put a rock here? I just
Work proceeds. Come on.
Yeah, go back to work.
You okay?
Oh yeah.
We're doing great. You having a great day?
Yeah, man.
Cool. You guys mind if I ask why you're filming the hotel? I know you're on public property. It's all good. Like, just ask that you don't come on the private with the cameras there.
I can't really get into it. I don't know about him, but
We won't come on the property. We're just having a great day, man.
No, I understand that. I just think it's weird. A lot of guests don't want to be filmed, you know, so I'm just politely requesting that you guys don't focus on the guests. You know, I get it's an old building. You want to film the building, that's cool, but
The confrontation intensifies as the setting shifts deeper into the construction zone discussion and public recording dispute. Now the dialogue becomes more aggressive and personal. The construction side repeatedly insists the area is private property under construction, while the auditor refuses to accept that framing, repeatedly calling it public easement and questioning their legal authority. This is where the conflict evolves from boundary confusion into direct ideological clash. The auditor pushes back strongly, arguing that sidewalks and access areas cannot simply be absorbed into private control. Each statement from the workers is immediately challenged, creating a back-and-forth legal standoff. The tone becomes sharper when accusations begin to surface. The workers start implying the cameraman is there just to record people and wasting time. Instead of de-escalating, the conversation becomes more emotionally charged. The auditor responds with sarcasm and firm denial, escalating the psychological tension further. A key turning point happens when the discussion shifts toward privacy expectations. The hotel/security side enters the conversation, raising concerns about guests being filmed. This introduces a new layer of conflict: public photography versus perceived privacy expectations in semi-public spaces. The auditor counters by pointing out inconsistencies, specifically referencing that security cameras exist on the property already. This flips the argument back, forcing the opposing side into a defensive position. At this stage, the viewer can feel the frustration building on both sides. Security is trying to enforce respectful behavior, while the auditor is holding firm to legal rights and public space doctrine. The conversation becomes less about facts and more about control of narrative and authority. By the end of this segment, the situation has clearly expanded beyond construction disagreement. It has turned into a multi-party confrontation involving security, workers, and rights-based filming claims.
Last time I took pictures of this building, you guys called the police on me.
oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, it definitely wasn't me, man. I apologize. It's public property, right? You can do whatever you want.
I'm
in
glad
public.
you know that.
And this is how you take care of your face.
I understand that, man, but they don't want to wear the masks on. It's just,
Me either, right? This is, but it's how you do
You're
it.
the one initiating it, though, right?
It's how
So,
you do it. I can't help but film people's faces. I can't do this every time somebody walks by.
It's just weird. So I'm asking if you, please, if a guest comes up to you, just, be respectful enough. But I don't want to have to.
Brother,
call the
with all
police.
due respect, we're right next to Parliament. We're tourists. This is a beautiful building, hundreds of years old.
Absolutely.
There's
Pictures
double-decker.
of it all we want. If people are in it, they should smile and say, hey.
And that's your opinion. I'm just letting you guys know that we do have a lot of guests that stay here that want to respect their own privacy. So that being
There
said,
is no such thing, though. You film them?
I do
Do
not.
you record them in the hotel?
Only in some areas.
Yeah, right?
You have cameras right here?
But that's the
Yeah,
difference.
right there, right at the front door.
We're the owners of the private property. That's the difference, all right? I'm just asking you guys, please be respectful. We're not going to call police or anything. That's just weird. But I also think it's weird just to be filming people. So
Well, you know what? I appreciate
That's your
you
opinion.
not calling the cops. We got our opinion. You got your opinion. We're out here. We have no nefarious intentions.
cool,
We're
man.
going to film people coming and going. If they don't like it, maybe they should move out of Canada. This is
Yeah.
a free country, right?
And I'm leaving the faces attached.
Cool, man. Yeah, you guys have a great day. I will tell you, if you step on property, we are going to have a problem.
Well, how do you know if I'm not staying here or not, eh?
Well, then I can absolutely ask what your name and reservation is, because I'm security of the hotel, and then we can double check that.
Well, if I was staying here.
That's how I know. That's why I didn't assume. But
I'd be really careful who you trespass from the property or say don't come on the property, because you don't know who I actually. Yeah, you did. You said if you set foot on my property.
We're going to have a problem.
Right? And you don't know if I'm staying here or not. So I would really watch. I would watch. I wouldn't jump to that.
Appreciate the...
All for a camera, eh? What's your name? What's your security number then?
Give me a sec. Turn on security.
You security? What's your security guard number? Are you security? I would like your security guard number too, please. The license through the Ministry of the Attorney General. It's 100%. You have to. I want that.
Okay. And you know what? I appreciate you guys showing us.
Absolutely.
Because it is 100%. Your policy. It is part of your job, and a lot of security don't know that.
Oh, hey, kiddo.
Oh,
she kind of has to. I don't want to put in a complaint against you, young lady. Just do it. It's a law. I need your number there. I would show it, ma'am. I'm gonna put
you're so close.
I'm gonna send it to the Ministry of the Attorney General. Eh? They're gonna call you. They're gonna call you. He's got a permit right to the street, and he can't let it go. That's cool. They'll tell you to eat a dick, just like I'm gonna tell you to eat a dick, buddy. You can eat all the dicks. And by the way, I have you recorded as harassing me, and I'm going to show them the video. That's good. That's good. Why are you parking illegally over there, man? One of these guys, eh? You're one of those guys? Just too fucking lazy to walk a block?
Okay, can you not record? You record over there. Not going to help you though.
Security number.
How can I help you?
I need your security number.
Okay, how can I help you?
What's your security number? 1112. Oh, so he's covering his security number, right? He is too. Yeah, f off, dude. Can't do that. Can't cover that. That's illegal. You're actually going to lose your job now. Thanks.
Hey. How are you? How's it going? Morning.
This segment is where the confrontation reaches its peak intensity and begins shifting toward law enforcement involvement. A hotel/security representative steps in more directly, attempting to mediate but also subtly restricting filming behavior. The request is framed as respect for guests, but the auditor immediately challenges the consistency of that expectation, pointing out surveillance already exists on site. The tension sharpens when accusations of prior police involvement are mentioned. The auditor claims they were previously reported for similar filming activity, which adds historical weight to the situation. This is no longer an isolated encounter. It's part of an ongoing pattern of disputes. As the conversation continues, both sides begin repeating their positions more firmly. Security insists they are not trying to escalate, but their language still carries a warning tone. The auditor, meanwhile, maintains that everything is happening on public property and therefore legally protected. Then comes one of the most critical turning points: the demand for identification and licensing details. Security numbers, guard credentials, and legal authority begin to dominate the conversation. This signals a shift from verbal disagreement into accountability pressure. The confrontation escalates further when frustration breaks through. Accusations fly about wasting time, calling police unnecessarily, and misunderstanding rights. The emotional intensity rises sharply, with both sides clearly unwilling to concede ground. By the end of this segment, the situation is no longer just about filming. It has evolved into a legal pressure standoff involving identity verification, authority legitimacy, and threat of enforcement escalation. The viewer is left anticipating a major escalation. Will police now be called again?
How are you? I'm Constable Issa with Ottawa Police. The reason we're here is security at the embassy here called us to come talk to you guys. We're just wondering what you're doing filming their embassy.
Everything is okay. You guys are on public property, so
Thanks for that, Constable.
everything is Constable Van Welsenis, batch 2723.
2710 Isa.
Thank you, sir.
So we just got a call from let me see, gentlemen filming their own public property. So
That's exactly it. Just two gentlemen out enjoying this crappy day.
That's it.
Taking some public photography.
that's it. So
How is it all?
hope you guys are okay too.
Yeah, we're doing great.
Yeah, so just be cognizant. I mean, you're on the
Hey.
sidewalk, which is
You
great.
guys are doing great.
Yeah.
You guys are doing great.
Please
We
don't
know that
stress
that's
it.
their property. We won't step on their property.
And we know that you guys are fully aware of what you're doing.
Excellent. And I hope that you guys can properly educate them on our rights as well.
You know, like if for whatever reason we get to talk to them, we'll go walk there and then we'll have a little chat and we'll let them know what's going on. And
I mean, hopefully they don't like waste your resources again if they see people on the sidewalk, right? Like,
It's not necessarily a waste of resources.
it
I mean,
is. It is.
In their perspective, they're just unsure of what's going on, right? Like they have.
Yeah, well, their
people-
security guard in Canada, he refused to give us his guard card as well, which is against his policy. And then he called men with guns on two guys with cameras. Seems pretty.
yeah, we received
Seems
a
like
call.
a waste of resources to me.
We have to respond.
I know you do.
That's what we have
Yeah.
to do. You guys don't seem to have any ill intent here, right? It's on the public street, so that's what it is.
All right.
All right?
Yep.
We're gonna have a little chat with them.
So, what law have I broken?
I'm not going to get into it with you.
Well, why not? You're here under
now,
your
he's
official
asking-
capacity, apparently.
No, he's asking to leave. So right now you're engaging in something that was against their policies. We've asked you to leave. These officers have asked you to leave. So technically now you're trespassing.
Okay.
So what are you doing now?
I'm working on a story about the town of Pickering. I'm going to the city hall tomorrow. The police station.
So what kind of story did you write anybody? Are you a journalist?
I don't need to write anybody.
You kind of do, because if you want a story and if you want to talk to the pertinent people, then you would, necessarily you would have meetings with people.
I don't need to do that.
Well, you're trying to do a little gotcha kind of thing?
I was
Is that what it
actually
is?
hoping to make an appointment for that historical room up on the next level.
Right. So there's channels that you go through, and
Yeah,
as
I was trying to go through.
as a journalist, and if someone that is trying to get a legitimate story, then you'd go through the proper channels.
Do you know what the freedom of press is?
Yeah, but you go through the channels. That way you get
know
a
what
full
the freedom of
story. But
press
what
is.
you're doing right now is filming people just kind of doing regular stuff, right?
got
So
it.
what
In a
story are
public place, right?
Right, what
This
story?
is a public building.
Listen, this isn't America, okay? We're in Canada, and I know you've
same
probably
rules.
watched a lot of
The
YouTube
First
videos.
Amendment audits?
Yeah,
This is me
there's no such thing as
exercising
First Amendment in Canada.
Section 2B under the Canadian Charter of Basic
Yeah.
Freedoms. You wanna
So
read it?
you can film, but again, you're not getting a story.
I don't need a story.
And then on top of that, we do have policies.
It's a policy.
Yes.
Is there a law?
Yes. So you can bring that to the courts. Your policies. Would you like to have a copy?
I'll make a copy. I'll make a copy.
Here, you can have it. Okay. But understand, this isn't the States. So you can't come here with the First Amendment audit
not a
kind of
First
thing.
Amendment.
You're exactly doing that.
It's
I've
not a
watched so
First
many
Amendment.
videos
It's
like
Section 2B.
you're one of those guys.
It's
Okay.
Section 2B.
Section 2B.
Of the
Okay.
Canadian
But
Charter.
you're pulling the same crap as what they pull in the States.
They've asked you to leave from the property and they're allowed to do so, okay?
It's a public building.
Okay, but
What law? have I
they're in
broken to be
charge of this, and if
trespassed?
yes, it's the trespass property law, yes.
Yes,
So-
I know, but you have to break the law to be trespassed on public property.
No,
Yes.
don't worry, it's okay, don't worry, sir. No, you
What's your
don't.
name?
I already told you, Officer in
Badge number?
4085. What's your name, sir?
I'd like to speak to a supervisor.
Okay, you're more than welcome to do so. Can I grab your name first?
Nope. I'll give it to your supervisor.
9102?
They were here trying to trespass us from the property for recording. And we're independent media.
You guys good? Been educated, guys?
Excuse me, supervisor? Mister, excuse me, sir? just so we're clear, I do have a right. Everybody has this right, and we're here to protect those rights. Sometimes you guys get things wrong, which we're okay with, but I'm glad that this all was resolved and you guys learned. So remember, for the next time you see somebody with a camera, would you please? Thank you very kindly.
Have a great night, brother.
You have a good night, okay?
The fight for your rights, your children's rights, all of that, it's not against you. You understand?
And it's
have
not
a great
just
night, brother.
And it's also not just for clicks and views. This is we're doing serious work. So take it easy, my friend. They're already calling somebody on us. So this guy is ratting on me, it looks like. It looks like it. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll find out. So she just pointed at me. Told on me to this guy. I thought this guy was telling on me, but he is not. Well, this guy's like a Uber or something. Yes, sir.
You want us to move the vehicle or?
Do your thing. I'm not tripping about nothing, man. I'm good. Just making
I didn't understand.
No, I'm good. You can do whatever you gotta do.
The final segment shifts dramatically as law enforcement arrives on scene, changing the entire energy of the encounter. The police presence immediately resets the tone. Unlike the earlier confrontational energy, officers approach in a calm, procedural manner, asking what is happening and why they were called. This contrast is crucial. It visually separates emotional conflict from legal assessment. The auditor explains their position clearly. They are filming from public property and have no ill intent. Importantly, the police do not immediately challenge this. Instead, they acknowledge the situation and begin clarifying boundaries. A key moment occurs when officers confirm understanding that the individuals are on a public sidewalk. This validation subtly shifts the narrative away from the construction/security claims and back toward public rights interpretation. However, tension still exists beneath the surface. Security insists their property rights are being violated, while the auditor claims lawful public access. The officers act as mediators, carefully avoiding taking an aggressive enforcement stance. What stands out here is the de-escalation through authority neutrality. Police neither fully side with security nor the auditor initially. Instead, they focus on clarifying facts and preventing escalation. The most important psychological shift happens when officers acknowledge there is no visible malicious intent. This reduces tension significantly and reframes the entire incident as a misunderstanding rather than a criminal issue. By the end, the situation transitions from confrontation to controlled resolution. The presence of law enforcement effectively stabilizes the environment, preventing further escalation and redirecting everyone toward procedural understanding. The final feeling left with the viewer is clear. What began as a heated legal confrontation ultimately resolves through calm authority intervention and clarification of public space rights.